everybody ready for Police Blotter Facts Friday?
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action.
I'll let you introduce Police Blotter Facts Friday, Grace, since you started it out. Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, you guys know how it works. Every week we gather the craziest stories. They can be a standalone story or it can be from your police log. Some people call it the police blotter. No matter where you find it, you can send it to grace@howiecarrshow.com or you can fax it to us at 857-284-8864. We pick 2 winners every week. They will be winning a copy of Howie's awesome book, Plug Uglies, this week. And then we also read the runners up. Now, Howie, I have to warn you, I have tons and tons and tons of stories. So I'm going to get right into it because I don't even know if we'll have time.
Go for it. What do the winners get? What did you say the winners get?
A copy of your book, Plug Uglies.
Okay.
Because it has a lot of mug shots. So I find it fitting for this segment.
It is a good book. Someone said we should make that into a podcast. I think it would be difficult to make Plug Uglies into a podcast, though. It's better as a book.
It's a visual learner.
Yes.
Naked man breaks into neighbor's Lehigh Acres home, jumps on trampoline. Won't nobody help a naked man. This is Lee County, Florida. A naked man broke into his neighbor's home on Tuesday. Adrian Gonzalez was arrested, and his neighbor, Yesenia, was inside with her 2 kids, niece and nephew. He showed up naked in her backyard, started tapping on the door to come inside. She asked him if he needed help, and he just stared at her. 30 minutes later, she saw him jumping on her trampoline. Beware, beware, beware of the naked man. It actually gets worse, though. When she called 911, he saw her do this and quickly ran up to the door and banged on it for her to let him inside. That's when she took all the kids out to the car.
Oh, so the trampoline was in the backyard.
Yeah. Where do you think it was?
I thought maybe it was inside. I don't know. I don't know where it was. But was he?
It wasn't like an exercise trampoline. He's not like Suzanne Summers.
When he first approached the woman, was he wearing any clothes or was he?
No.
He was naked from day one, from the moment he arrived. Okay.
He was naked, and she said, do you need any help? Which is an appropriate response because you never know what's happened. But
Grace, I think we should call him buck naked today. I just feel like I'm in the mood to say buck naked.
Alrighty, then that's what we shall call him. But I should add, he was also pleasuring himself on the trampoline.
Barbaric.
I feel like that's an important detail in this situation. This is interesting. Phoenix man who reports break-in winds up in handcuffs after drugs found. John Harbison, 42 years old, he calls the police about a burglary in his house. They show up, they don't find a burglar, but this is what they do find: a large stash of drugs and drug paraphernalia. Thousands of blue pills that appeared to be fentanyl pills.
Blue pills?
Yeah.
Okay, but they were fentanyl. They weren't Viagra.
No, I believe they were fentanyl because there was also baggies filled with white substance.
Because they could have shipped those to Boston. They could have shipped those to DC for the to correct the insurrectile dysfunction that was going on yesterday.
Very good, Howie.
I stole that from the Trump line.
This is already off to a strong start. They also found meth, and they found it was $4,685 in cash. And by the way, they found digital scales, which is a dead giveaway.
Well, how about the cash too? It's all part of a package, isn't it? The scales, the cash, the
baggies.
Multiple, the baggies, the baggies that are wrapped tight.
Yeah. Gulf Shores woman faces felony charge after stealing neighbor's goat and painting it.
Painted a goat?
Yeah, this is out of Alabama. Erica Marie Farmer was arrested for the crime. She faces theft, property, second charge. She removed the goat from her neighbor's property and brought it to her house to show her child. They say at some point she decided to paint the animal and posted the photos on social media. When the goat's owner discovered the animal was missing, they called a different neighbor to ask, have you seen our goat? And the neighbor said, yeah, we did see your goat.
Don't you just
Facebook.
follow the bah, bah, right?
Don't you say that again?
Just goats make a lot of noise in my experience.
Oh, yeah. Well, what was interesting was they were like, hey, have you guys seen our goat? Thinking, he'd been wandering around their backyard. And they said, actually, we did see your goat on social media painted. And that's when the police had to get involved.
With Carolina, when I went there, they had, the animal mascot was a ram. So Duke used to steal it sometimes before a big game. And they would just pour navy blue paint on our ram. Ramses the ram.
Nowadays,
that's a hate crime, isn't it? Yeah,
I'll say. Jared read this earlier this week, Howie, during my show, but I do think it's a great police blotter. A plastic surgeon from California is under investigation after he was seen performing surgery during a Zoom traffic court trial. Dr. Scott Green appeared before the Sacramento.
Was he drinking a Corona beer at the same time or blowing smoke rings? Bring back some other famous Zoom meetings we've talked about this week.
No, Howie, this is amazing. This is what the judge said. Hello, Mr. Green. Hi, are you available for a trial? It kind of looks like you're in an operating room right now. He admitted he was in the middle of performing surgery, but insisted he was ready for the trial to begin. He said, I am, sir. Yes, I'm in an operating room right now. Yes, I'm available for trial. Go right ahead. So then the judge says, you realize this is being live streamed, right? And he said, yes. He said, unless I'm mistaken, I'm seeing a defendant that's in the middle of an operating room appearing to be actively engaged in providing services to a patient. Is that correct, Mr. Green? And he said, yes. And then the guy said, I don't feel comfortable.
Is he Mr. Green or Dr. Green? I hope the hell he's Dr. Green if he's performing an operation.
Sorry, Dr. Green. But Jared, it doesn't say in this story, but when you read it earlier, you said he was performing a breast augmentation.
Yeah, I honestly should be able to source that, but I did read that in the article.
Kind of a big surgery, Howie.
I mean, it's big in the sense of what it does to the body part, but it's pretty simple, I would say, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Howie,
it's probably like detailing a car in terms of the complexity of it, isn't it?
But Howie, if you got a major surgery and then you found out that your doctor was doing it on a Zoom call for his traffic violation, I feel like you'd be pretty upset.
If they were fixing my elbow, I'd be upset. If they were just dealing with my black toe, which, I've had that operated on. I mean, I wouldn't really care that. I think the guy could handle the black toe in a Zoom call.
Okay, ready? So this one's crazy. A 12-year-old Florida girl was arrested after allegedly bringing stun guns to school and selling them to classmates.
Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me.
She's a little entrepreneur. A school resource officer.
I'm telling you, Charlie Parker is going to lose his mind after he's here for about 48 hours. This is just not the America that Charlie Parker wants.
It's the Wild West. Stun guns everywhere.
And no masks and stun guns everywhere.
Can't you just hear him when he hears the story, how he's saying, please tell me she was wearing a mask. A school resource officer pulled the girl out of class and she confessed she bought 5 stun guns online with the intention to selling them to other kids. But Howie, she's picking up on a good trait as far as salesmen go. She was only selling them for $9.99. She was giving these kids a deal.
How much does a stun gun cost online?
I don't know. And now, next up, naked couple caught having late night rumpy pumpy in their car in a rural lay-by are fined $200 each.
In what?
Rural lay-by.
What is that? Oh, that's like you go off the road or something?
Yeah, well, this was in Derby, England, so a lot of the words that the Daily Mail is using I'm not familiar with, including rumpy pumpy. But a naked couple was caught having a late-night tryst in their car in a rural lay-by, and they've been fined for flouting lockdown rules. The pair were discovered in Morley, and they also got tickets for...
Crikey, mate, it said lay-by, so I decided to, Ha,
ha, ha, ha.
Oh, and also, this is a crazy story. 3 drunk drivers all crash into each other in Mount Pleasant after 2 a.m. on Sunday. So there was a 3-car pileup.
Mount Pleasant where? New York?
Mount Pleasant. Shoot. I should have this. I think it might be Minnesota. They were all arrested, Howie, and they all were charged with OWI. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. Hammer-wielding robber steals $300 bottle of brandy from Pasadena grocery store.
Wow.
A man on Sunday stole a $300 bottle of brandy from a Pasadena grocery store.
How much does Hennessy cost?
You're asking the wrong girl. I'm a Tito's girl.
Probably,
or a McConnell's whiskey, but
probably not close to $300.
It was a fancy bottle. A man on Sunday stole.
He should have stolen some McConnell's. No, not
Don't steal it.
No, don't steal it. Pay for it. Pay for it. It's better than Jameson or Powers. Come on, go buy some McConnell's.
Howie, and then when the two girls at the register confronted him, he threatened them with a hammer. I'm always amazed.
If I had a hammer, I'd steal some brandy. I'd steal a $300 bottle of it all over this world.
By the way, Howie, the 3 drunk drivers were in Milwaukee. Just an update on that.
What made Milwaukee famous made a loser out of them.
Police Blotter Facts Friday is brought to you by Piantadozzi Baking Company, celebrating over 100 years of baking excellence since 1916. I'm going to read one more here before I get to the 2 winners on the other side. Ex-con used cat to clobber man. An ex-con is back behind bars after she allegedly struck her male roommate in the face with the pair's cat. Police say that Wendy Hurd, 56, and the 73-year-old victim were involved in a verbal argument late Sunday evening in their Largo,
Well, it sounds like it was a
Florida
little
home.
more than a verbal argument if she assaulted him. What was the cat's name, though, Grace?
Felix.
I thought it was Felix for some reason.
She took the cat and threw it at the victim's face, causing the cat to scratch the victim's face. It was a feline attack.
Wow. All right.
This isn't her first brush with the law, though.
No, what else has she hurled at this old timer?
Well, she has drunk driving charges, possession of drug paraphernalia, prostitution, battery, theft. Should I go on?
And she was allowed to have a pet?
Yeah, poor Felix.
I know. He was doomed from the start. He never had a chance.
Is Felix going to be produced in court as the witness, as the exhibit, as the attack? Two-wit, a dangerous weapon. Come here, Felix.
Oh, and Howie, actually, sorry, I have so many this week, but on the other side, I'll do the 2 winners. But there's also a follow-up story. Remember that story from a few weeks ago about the Jupiter, Florida man who tossed a live alligator into a Wendy's?
Sort of, yes. I mean, again, it's a Florida man story. There's so many. But yeah, that's okay. What happened to him?
Well, they finally found him. Joshua James.
They found the alligator?
No, they found the man. I think they've had the alligator the whole time. I think he left him in the Wendy's.
Where'd they find the guy?
They found him. I'm guessing they found him near Palm Beach because it was according to the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, but he has not been released on bail as of Monday afternoon. So anyone who was worried about the Wendy alligator story and that man being on the loose, he has been charged and arrested.
Right. Thank you, Grace. We will be right back with the winning entries. Eden Pure's famous BOGO offer is back for this week only. For the first time ever, they're offering the Gen 40 heater. I've got it right beside me here if you're watching on social media. Just to our listeners, this is a $300 savings. These things are worth $300 and you're going to get 2 for the price of 1. That's right. Buy 1, get 1 free. Considering how cold it still is in New England at night, you're going to want to take advantage of this offer right now. If you have one, you get another one for another part of your house. Now you got 2 for your other part of your house, or maybe you give one to one of your kids or one of your parents. Anyone can use a Gen 40. They are fantastic heaters.
And Howie, this is actually, especially in New England, it's a great time to get these because if it does get warm for a day and you shut your heat off completely, then when it gets cold again, you don't really want to restart the whole thing. But if you have this, it gets you through that kind of weird period of cold, warm days where it's freezing one day and then warmer the next. You don't have to turn everything on.
Or freezing at night and warm in the daytime, especially.
Exactly.
This offer is available for just this week only, so don't delay. It's a $300 savings, 2 for 1, BOGO. This is an incredible savings. Gas and oil prices have already skyrocketed. The Eden Pure Gen 40 makes you feel warmer than your furnace and also costs you less to run. fossil fuel prices, as we said, are going through the roof. You need to find a better way, even rather than filling up your oil tank or natural gas. You may be working from home more now and have noticed the increase in heating bills. The Eden Pure Gen 40 will pay for itself in a matter of weeks. With this deal, it's more like days. Go to EdenPure.com and put in code word HowieBogo. That's EdenPure.com and use code word HowieBogo. This is a 1 week sale. It was 1 day. Now it's going to be 1 week, but it's ending this weekend. So act today. EdenPure.com and don't forget code word HowieBogo. I'm Howie Carr.
Howie Carr. You can trust him. He's not like the others.
The alligator's name was Lewis. He was just a baby.
Just a baby.
I think. I don't even.
A baby. I thought his name was Wally the last time he made an appearance on the show.
Well, now he identifies as Lewis.
Okay. All right.
All right. Here we go, guys. Here are 2 winners. Really amazing stories. Oklahoma woman linked to home break-in after Cheetos residue found on her teeth. An Oklahoma woman was arrested in connection to an attempted home burglary.
Were police baffled by her orange teeth?
The incident happened around 8 p.m. at Friday in a Tulsa home. A woman at the residence told responding officers that she was home with 2 small children when a woman climbed inside through a window. She pried the screen off the window, got inside, and she left behind a bag of Cheetos and a bottle of water on the floor near the open window. And that's how they cracked the case. She had
a Cheeto Jones.
Exactly.
So then and one more, that's a winner. And what's the next winner?
Okay, this is one of my not favorite, but this is one of the craziest stories I've ever read. Rooster fitted with blade for cockfight kills its owner in India.
Karma.
A rooster fitted with a knife for an illegal cockfight in southern India has killed its owner, sparking a manhunt for the organizers of the event. I thought it was.
What about a manhunt for the rooster? A rooster hunt for the rooster. Forget the manhunt.
The bird had a knife attached to its leg, ready to take on an opponent when it inflicted serious injuries to the man's groin as it tried to escape. The man died from loss of blood before he could reach a hospital.
Wow, that's a tough way to go. What do they put on your
record?
What do they put on your tombstone?
Little Jerry was the rooster's name, by the way, in case anyone is curious.
Little Jerry.
Little Jerry.
Thank you, Grace. Have a good weekend. I'm Howie Carr.
Howie.